the love of my life, and I ain't excited tonight to give you.
It's International Women's Day, and a lot of trouble, a lot of drama has been happening recently concerning women, the rights of women. And if you go on social media, especially on X, you know that feminists are not even taking it lightly with people that they feel or they perceive as enemies against women. But today, we'll be talking about International Women's Day, the rights of women, equality and empowerment. Are women really recognized? Are women really celebrated? We have a guest in the house, Eunice Adekunle. Welcome to Breakfast in Bed.
Thank you.
So we have Eunice in here, we have Koinsola in here.
I'm back.
We have Baba Bumi here, we have Adida here. So it seems the equation is balanced. So now let's dive into it. Eunice, first of all, happy International Women's Day. So I don't want to be, I don't want to be gagged that you say I started and you did not wish me happy International Women's Day because that's the energy I get online. But then happy International Women's Day, and let's get straight into it. Are women celebrated enough in Nigeria? I'm going to start with Nigeria. Let's start with Nigeria.
Okay. I'm going to say that based on what our history has been like, women are being celebrated more these days. Though it's not enough yet, but I like to take the win. To some extent, we are seeing more women in the limelight. They are being given their flowers. We'd hope to see more, but the reality is it's getting better. So we'll take that.
So you as a leader, how does it feel to be a woman?
Honestly, I feel
Why did you
good.
not ask me?
I'm coming back to you.
I feel good. I like being feminine. There's so much strength in this. For one, okay, I'm going to start this way. Men are going to disagree, but there's so many things about being a woman that a man will not get to experience. That's amazing. I like to embrace that.
And there's so many things about men that women will not experience.
No, let's not make this a
The thing is,
gender war.
I'm just stating that.
I'm not going to say that's wrong. It's not a competition. I'm just recognizing the fact that I am a woman, and I'm appreciating those aspects of being a woman. Of course, if we talk about men too, there are so many areas that men also enjoy what we call exclusivity. But that doesn't mean one should overshadow the other. I appreciate being a woman in so many ways. First, birthing children. That's one very amazing thing. Being a mother is one very amazing thing in life that men will not really experience. You'll be a father. That's also different. You understand? So that and so many other things that are exclusive to women, I embrace it. I love it. And I also get to enjoy the, the privileges that come with being a woman. It's just the truth, there are privileges. Even amongst family members, I have siblings who are men, and I know that I enjoy some things because I'm their sister. So I'm going to appreciate that for being a woman. That's what I'm going to say.
It's great. But now, looking at the rights of women, do you think women's rights in this part of the world, Nigeria, do you think women have rights that are being respected in Nigeria?
Yes. Well, this, having laws is separate from the laws being very valid in reality. So we have so many laws, we have so many documented rights, starting from the Constitution. We have Section 42 that says don't discriminate against women.
Regardless
we have
of
the CEDAW that tries to eliminate all forms of discrimination against women. We have the Child Rights Act, which caters to children, but female children have a lot more based on that. That gives a lot of rights. Send your children to school. There are so many rights that they enjoy. So those rights are there, documented in our laws. And the reality too is that when you know your rights sometimes, it helps that you ask that they be respected. But we know, we are Nigerians, we understand what goes on sometimes, that these rights will sometimes be taken away from you. Ukeje and Ukeje is a Supreme Court law decision 2014 that allows female children to inherit their parents. That's in the eastern part of Nigeria. But we know the reality. You still have to go convince those elderly men who are not very educated, they are not exposed. Most of them are probably not even left their villages. Or those that have even left, it is just very difficult for them to change. And they would rather choose jeans than watch a woman get property.
So do you think culture and tradition plays a negative role against women?
Yes.
It does?
I'll say that, yes. I've seen
do
it.
you see it changing anytime soon?
Yes, I do. And the reason I see changing is because the world is changing now. Yeah. Things are really different. Women are speaking up more. It will be very difficult for a man or anybody to try to take away my rights. Before I would see you do that, I'll fight. I may not really get everything I want or get everything enforced, but the fact that I'm fighting, that means to some extent I would push back and I will probably still get some rights respected. So things are changing. We are even seeing a lot of men now who are very particular about this. They empower their children, they empower their wives. There are some men that will still tell you they don't want their children to go to school, their wives to work or take leadership positions. But we see that those things are changing. So women's rights is going to keep getting recognized day by day, bit by bit. Do you understand?
Yeah, and that brings me to what I wanted to say, that women's rights have been evolving like over the past few decades.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna applaud the fact that men are given an open space for women, right?
Educated men and exposed men.
Okay, no, she has put a caveat. She said educated men and exposed men. And I actually believe exposure is very important.
One big one is, how do we push our women to go for more leadership roles? Because we barely see them up there, and we want them up there. Like, how do we encourage them?
Okay. So I would say this first is the mindset of women. Let's start from there, because you know that we've been defensive for so long. A lot of people still stay on the defense side. Why not go for the empowerment? So we are you keep fighting for your rights, but let's be active about it. So if their leadership roles apply, it doesn't matter that this company there is no man that has ever taken a leadership role. Why not apply first and then start pushing, start lobbying? Then you can also now go and talk to people who you know are going to be in support of this. Let them push these things forward for you. So that's from the women's standpoint. Then from the others, every other person, when you are in position of making important leadership decisions, why not consider women? There's some people that they just see a woman's CV, they're already profiling you. They're like, you don't have the mental capacity. No. It's about being educated and empowered. So if this woman is applying for the role, why not just give her a chance? And then the general community as a whole, let's empower each other. Let's empower one another. If you're a woman, and I'm saying this from the legal standpoint now, there are so many women partners in law firms, very, very brilliant women, market leaders. They are awesome. So they are already there. They are not enough, because more women go to school. When we're in school, there are more women than men, but at the end of the day, more men are partners. But when some women are already there, they can pull others up. If you see women that are already brilliant, young women, mentor them, create the opportunity for them so that they can take this position. So everybody has a role to play in this, starting from the women themselves, changing their mindset and taking control of your life.
Okay, so I want to come to you, but before I come to you, I want to ask this question. It's going to sound very controversial, but someone needs to build the cut, and please don't throw stones at me. I'm just trying to say what many people might not want to say, or ask a question many people might not want to ask the question. Now, many people feel employing women could be a big deal, and when you say employ women, I mean women that are probably at the stage of giving birth and having children. So people feel you employ women that are giving birth, having children. They tend to take so many excuses. They want to take their child this, they want to take their child to this place. My child is not feeling fine. And at the end of the day, they feel that work suffers. So what's your thought about it to employers and your thoughts about it to these women?
Okay. So, you know, I mentioned mindset earlier and control. Those things are very, very important. If, as a woman, I have chosen to chase a career, I spent 8 years studying law. That is a very long time. and I want to practice law. And I also have other things I want to do in my life that are equally important. The truth is, when you understand from the beginning what is required of you, you will know at what point when sacrifices have to be made. It's just the truth. It is the truth. So if you are a woman and you want to juggle your career with having a stable family, you will know when to make sacrifices. The truth is, work is very demanding. For example, in the legal space now, it's just so much work. Even as an associate, you are doing so much. So imagine what the partners are going through. You will know. At every point, you know the things that are required of you. So you can plan childbirth. Do you understand? I see heavily pregnant women going to work. If you are in this positions where you are still higher up, of course you will have some luxuries. Do you understand? There's nothing stopping a pregnant woman from going to work. People even work from home these days. That's also one of the things that help women. You know, there is this hybrid arrangement where you work from home twice in a week. So when you're pregnant, you know that you need to go to work 3 times weekly. And even if your own work is not hybrid, at least the people who are the employers, they can make exceptions for you, provided they know that even when you are in your home, you do a good job.
Okay, so Eunice, we need to cut you. We need to go on a very quick break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
This match, we are keeping it 1,000 with Showmax Shikini season. 1,000 laughs, 1,000 must-watch moments, 1,000 Naija. All these for just 1,000 Naira, but only for a limited time.
Cha-ching. Watch all the hottest shows on mobile for just 1,000 Naira anytime and anywhere. Unlimited drama, unmissable series for just 1,000 Naira on real price. Sign up now on showmax.com.
The love of my life, and I ain't excited tonight to give you.
Welcome back. You're still watching Breakfast in Bed, and we have our guest in the house, Eunice Adekunle, and we're celebrating women today. So we were talking about women in jobs, employers, and being employees, and how they can balance this life.
Okay, so before we went for break, I mentioned jobs that provide hybrid roles. So women who are pregnant and can't come to work every time or every day, you can provide hybrid roles for them, so they get to work from home on some days and they come to work. Being pregnant is not an illness, except if your pregnancy has some peculiarities, and then you can get leave. I don't think there will be an issue if you fill in the role temporarily till the person gets back. You just have to make an arrangement. What matters is this person doing their job?
Fill in the role temporarily. That means I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay someone else. So you're going to tell me that my money is good. I'm going to pay someone else. I'm going to fill in temporarily.
It can be the same person. It can be the same organization.
That's why I said it's an arrangement.
Obviously, there has to be someone in that can fill in for her.
Okay, now I want us to be very practical here. Yeah. Because I'm here looking at the side of the employers now, because some of them might be watching. So if I'm going to fill in the place temporarily, maybe I need to bring in a new person from outside to fill in the place.
That's possible.
So would it be fair as an employer to say, I'm going to reduce your salary since you've been working hybrid, reduce your salary so I can augment with this person coming in temporarily? Won't you people throw stones at me?
I'm not going to comment on fairness. These things are contractual agreements.
Okay.
And if I know my worth as a woman, and as an employee in that organization, I know what I'm bringing to this organization. You won't even want to lose me. So at every point in time, we are also trying to keep, you also have to bring yourself to par. If you are asking for some extra things that others are not getting at work, of course, you know that you are worth it. That is why you are asking for those things. So there has to be a balance. Of course, we want to still retain this woman, and she also has other responsibilities she's catering to. But the employer too has to not suffer because of it. So it's just a matter of being valuable, keep developing yourself. You're not just at work and you're just there, you're easily replaceable. So if you make just one complaint, they're just like, let's just lay her off so she doesn't bother us. So it's just about all this, getting a balance between the duties of the employee and the employer's job, getting the job done for the employer.
Presently we live in a time that has been hit with so many controversies towards women, and obviously we have different stereotypes towards women. So how should a lady deal with these negative stereotypes?
Sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Wait, you need
Domestic
to, you need
abuse.
to be explicit.
Speak up.
Yeah, that's being explicit. Sexual harassment, domestic abuse,
you
physical
speak up.
abuse,
Yeah.
verbal abuse.
I,
Men go through them too.
but we are not talking about men.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
stating that.
see
'Cause- no, I'm just stating that because many people might feel
Wait
it's just
for
peculiar,
International
Men's
peculiar,
Day.
particular
Exactly.
to women,
Wait
to
for
men.
International
No,
Men's
no,
Day.
many people might feel it's just particular, peculiar to men. So I'm just saying men also go through these things, but women go through them more.
And let's be honest with ourselves. There are times where these women, they leave spaces for them to be stereotyped.
Today,
In what
I
way?
think you
Yes.
need to explain that so I can
In what
answer you.
way?
Because a very good example is when you say lady who is indecently dressed, basically you're leaving space for people to actually see your thoughts. So I know that, yeah, you have, that it's your body and you can do anything you want with it, but there are times where you just need to just at least put a boundary.
So that you're of the school of thought that people, when
Women
people
that
are not
in-
dressed the way
they-
they give room for.
We-
Ladies, handle,
Let's be
fry
honest with
him,
ourselves,
roast
like-
him.
Yeah, that's why I want you to
My
talk,
mouth.
like, enlighten us.
Well, I work with reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this is a caveat. It is not an excuse that a woman is indecently dressed. That is why she was being harassed. A woman can maybe in a hijab or in a cab and she may be sexually harassed. That is not the reason. Children are not indecently dressed and we have pedophiles everywhere. But for your own sanity, this is what I would say to my friends or to my child. For your own sanity, because going through, in fact, I just feel it's self-respect though. There are places that allow you to dress in a certain way. For example, if you are going to the beach, nobody expects you to be covered.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But if you are walking, let's say you are coming from the secretariat and you are walking down to LTV, and you are dressed the way you would dress to the beach, that speaks something about you. You can already envisage those who would speak to you on the road. If you are my friend, I'll probably cross to the other side and not want to be associated with you because of just how you are dressed. Not to avoid sexual harassment now. I don't want to make this about that. But just for your own self-respect and for, I mean, if you are very exposed, how would you be comfortable walking? This is from my own point of view. I like being appropriately dressed, and there are some other instances where you can dress in a certain. There are some dinner dresses that are a bit revealing, not too much to be scandalous, but there are occasions for different dressing.
So, but it doesn't give room for harassment
doesn't.
or all that. It's not an
doesn't.
excuse for it.
Fathers sexually assault their children. A child that you've been seeing since childbirth. So, what would be your excuse for that? It is not the reason.
Okay, so what do you think is the media, the entertainment houses, the media houses, what roles do they have in amplifying women's voices against issues like this?
Quickly, in 30 seconds.
Okay, so because the world is watching, when we put things on air like this, the world is watching. Let us keep talking about things that should be. I'm going to use some of the movies that I've watched. I'm not going to mention names, for example. You still see this backwards kind of narrative being presented. You would see in an average movie that a lady that is indecently dressed, a man will harass her on the road. And what everybody will say is, it's because she's dressed like that.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. You still see people, things that shouldn't just be. So why not leave those things behind, those things that are not real? Let's talk about how it should be. Let people stand up. Even if a lady is decently dressed on the road, if a man is harassing her, we should see people chastising him for that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I think that is how we can better solve this.
Okay, thank you very much. It's time to go. We've run out of time. Many thanks for coming, Eunice Adekunle. It was very insightful. I like the fact where you touched about the balance, employers and employees. And, you know, I think women should know that if this is the career you're taking on, then you should be ready for the sacrifices and work that comes with it.
Yes.
Many thanks for coming.
Thank you for having
Thank you
me.
for coming.
Guys, we need to leave. Koi, did you have fun today?
Yeah, but I did not speak my mind.
Don't worry, time didn't permit us though.
Yeah.
Don't worry, next week we'll have enough time to talk.
Yeah.
Dayo, it's time to leave.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself today, so I'll see you guys next weekend. I am Adedayo Kende. Bye-bye.
So many thanks for watching. I am Bababumi Agbibi. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
That the morning fantastic.